Hey guys, I'm V.
And I'm Sasa.
And we are
Petty and Plus Size. Cheers.
It's really good.
Dang, girl, it's been a minute since we've had an episode of just us.
We've been having like guests, and then also last week I couldn't make it. So shout out to D, Dolores. She did amazing. Shout out to the both of you actually, because you guys actually spoke about, the domestic violence, and, you guys really got on a very touchy subject that was, a lot of people could relate. And then I give you both your flowers because it's kind of hard to talk about that, especially when you're still obviously healing and stuff. But I give you guys my flowers for that.
Thank you. Yeah. We got a lot of responses, like private messages, just about people, well, I did at least, of people appreciating that I was speaking about this, and I know D, the same thing. So, obviously our podcast is called Petty and Plus Size, so sometimes we're going to do like lighthearted topics, but also at the same time, we want to keep it authentic and real, and that is like part of my story. So,
of course.
And it's a part of a lot of plus size women's stories too, But yeah, so should we get into the topic of the day? So what is the topic of the day, V?
So today's topic is about men who like to comment on women's bodies and as well as bash women's bodies. This topic is very much big for me right now. It's kind of, there was a thing that happened this past week, and in our inner circle, it's actually gotten really smaller. It's very small now. And I think my learning lesson from this topic is not to allow everybody in your space, especially men who love to love on bigger girls, but will talk behind a woman's back about her body. I'm not going to get into who was this person. We both know who. Obviously, the people that know about the situation, they know who it is and who they are. Any man that speaks on a woman's body, I'm going to say it loud and proud, you're a bitch. You might as well have been born a woman if you were going to do that, because honestly, it's bullshit. Like, we as plus size women deal with a lot. But when you allow people and you actually trust those people, it's very hard, because it's like, okay, this person would never say that about me, and just a man who's just going to comment these things and like bash a woman over her body, her size, it's ridiculous. And it's 2026, grow the fuck up. And I personally was hurt because I was like, I seen you as my friend. That person as my friend. We obviously both did, but you're a little more stricter than me. She was a tight program. But like, this person was very much, this person had my number. This person was always on my live panels, on my TikTok, both of our panels. And we allowed this person into our space. And the things that this person said about me while on live was like, okay, like, what the fuck, you know? And I was taken aback. I obviously did not believe it at first, but then we both got down to, we're the FBI. Us women are gonna dig into, shit. And it was confirmed by one person, and I don't know, it's just really rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like, you deal with all of that, like, you deal with women commenting about our sizes, but when it comes to men, it's like, that's not your place. Stay in a man's area, because why are you in my space talking about my back, And I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn, but it's like, I have a platform, and, it is bigger than what, he is used to. And the fact that I let this person into my panels all the time, like, he's met people through me, like, I, networked him with a lot of people, especially close friends of mine. And, the fact that he said these things about my body, like, I was just like, damn, like I really viewed you as a friend,
Right.
you know. Even got close to one of my cousins, you know. So it's like that's really weird. But I think the situation that happened was because he got called out during the live, which I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit if it really bothers me. And things that he was doing with another person in the live, it was exhausting, you know? So, you know, I've never dealt with men until I was 18, you know? Last year, I think it was more of me when I was growing my platform that I was getting men commenting on my post and about my body. So it's like you hear all these things, you know, that these men say. They think it's okay to talk about, you know, your body, but it's like it's one thing to talk about and then it's one thing to bash it, you know. And it's like, I know I'm big, like I don't give a fuck, I own my shit, like, you know. And this is what I made my platform for bigger women like my size, because I'm considered SSBBW, you know. And so, you know, a lot of people are not used to that, but nowadays, like, it's literally everywhere, you know. I didn't know about SSBBWs until like maybe like 3 years ago, I would say, you know. And then obviously my body changed over the years, you know. I did gain more weight, and I at least own it, you know. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm a skinny ass bitch. No. Like, you know. So it's like I own up to my shit, you know. And to have a man keep commenting about it, it's like it gets tiring. Like, grow the fuck up, you know. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say on it, because, you know, it is very much like still fresh, you know. And, you know, I got my closure.
This just happened a few days ago.
Yeah, and I got my closure through a few other people, you know. But it's like, you know, you have to be very careful in who you let in your inner circle. And we both, me and Sasa, have learned this week of who our real friends are and who isn't, and who we need to keep a distance from. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, we're gonna keep doing us, we're gonna keep doing the podcast, you know. And this is what we make the podcast for, because shit like this, you know, we as bigger women get such a bad light on us already. But when you get people that are very much negative or fake or try to be your friends just to gain your platform, it's exhausting, it's draining, you know. And, you know, I've even came to a halt of where I'm like, I need to really consider of who is in my circle and just keep it that way, you know. But yeah, I don't know, that's just my take on it. But, you know, I mean, it's a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, and obviously that situation is fresh, but there's like a lot of situations, at least in my life, where men are inserting themselves in women's business. And, you know, we both live in California, and we're very fortunate in California that, you know, obviously we are a pro-choice state, things like that. But it's like not just on plus size women, all women, Congress and people who make laws, and just like men in general seem to be confused about where their place is. Your place is not on a woman's body. There is no reason for you to ever be talking about a woman's body. If you're not attracted to somebody, fine. Don't be attracted to them. But it is just so insidious to me that men constantly are, you know, like almost like rating us in a way constantly, where it's like we cannot just literally exist as a person, as a plus size person especially. And it's like you don't see women barraging men with comments about how we think they're ugly, how we think they're fat, this and that, because I truly don't give a fuck. If I'm not attracted to you, I simply won't talk to you, and that's it. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to like make disparaging comments about you. And, you know, obviously V's like still in her 20s and she has lessons to learn and things like that. But like, this person is in his 30s. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, that's a little strange. So Yeah, I just think people need to mind their fucking business and stay out of women's business and stop inserting yourself in situations just to show off or get clout. I don't understand it. So it is what it is. You know, like she said, the social media shit is weird because you be thinking like people are really your friends, and then you find out that they're talking about you behind your back, and it's like, I don't know. If I find out that men are like that, I'm not going to continue to be their friend, because it's obviously it's only a matter of time before they act that way with you. So that's just kind of how I feel about that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because it's like, you know, we both have a platform, we're still growing and we're still learning, but it's like, it gets to a point of where, yes, like the likes, the comments, and the support that we have, but it's like at the end of the day, we're human beings, and it's like, he is a 30-year-old man, and, I'm not going to say no names because, again, like, this person thrives off of attention. He thrives off a woman's attention just in general, like, just this person just in general is like, oh, like, I want this certain person and this and that, like, but yet you're around certain people that allow your behavior to be the way it is, and it has been called out, but, that's for that topic, and if you don't see us talking to certain people anymore, then that's the reason, and the fact that, like, because I am, an explicit content creator, I do my OF, I do the Blue Page and, content and stuff, and the fact that you want to call a woman, not even call me out, but talk behind my back, where millions and thousands of people are on this TikTok app, and you're live, you're talking about a woman, you're talking about a woman's standards being too high. Her standards are too high because of men like you, because of low effort men that literally cannot take accountability for what you do, for what you say, for what you talk about. And this is why you haven't found the people that you want to be with, because you're just low effort, you're low maintenance. And if a woman like us scare you, then so be it. Like, at the end of the day, like, talk your shit, but talk your shit to my face. I would respect you a whole lot more.
Right.
Don't be a bitch.
And because, like, at the end of the day, I feel like both of us are the type where it's like, if I have something to say to you, I'm just going to say it to you.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you are working on, like, confrontation and things like that. I love confrontation. I love confrontation. I love it. Because I'm a very direct person, and I'm very assertive. And so, like, when there is an opportunity for growth, I'd rather talk about it, because I would, like, you don't know what you don't know. So if someone has an issue with me, how am I going to know that until they come and talk to me about it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we could just leave it there, I think. This obviously is very fresh for us, so that's why we're more talking about this situation. However, just as a whole, I feel like men have this certain entitlement towards women's bodies that's very fucking weird, because it's just like, why are you even focused on what we got going on? Like, I truly don't understand.
And it's been proven that women have literally been bossed up, like, more than men, like, you see a bunch of women, either in office, and, as much as they get, they struggle with it, like, they've, obviously got their recognition. Kamala Harris, was very much, an underdog, and, she don't give a fuck what men say or do, especially that president, not ours, but that president that's in office, and as far as, like, other women that, we know personally, like, that have their own businesses, and it's like, the men that talk shit about the most about women don't have nothing going on for themselves
at all. Still living at home, like, mind your business.
But bitch, you're 30. Go home. Go find a wife somewhere,
Yeah, and
but,
people that just go out every single day, multiple times a day, like, multiple times a week, it's like,
go heal your liver. Go heal your liver, and then your personality next, because it's not a good look, babe.
Yeah.
But that's my take on it, But
yeah. All right, guys. So for our second topic today, we are going to be talking about the phenomenon known as men bashing fat women's bodies, but then also wanting to have sex with fat women. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into that, because
excited.
This is something I'm very passionate about. I've experienced it for as long as I've been sexually active. There is a segment of men who are secret chubby chasers, and they just want to fuck fat women, but then they, in society, make fun of fat women. And use fat women as a punchline, and use fat women as this and that, and secretly like have this like animosity towards fat women, but then are also interested and sexually attracted to plus size fat women. I know we've mentioned this before, but this is our 10th episode, and I just want to remind the audience that when I use the word fat, I feel comfortable saying fat because I'm reclaiming that word. And for me, like, fat is just like saying I have brown hair. It is an adjective that is accurate to my body type. I am in no way trying to demean or discriminate or insult any other plus size women that aren't at that place with the word fat. So I just want to make that quick disclaimer. I really don't want anyone to feel disrespected when I say that, but that's just me, like saying that about my own body, because I've come to terms with that word and it's not an offense to me, you know? But anyway, when it comes to plus size women, there's a lot of guys who will want to have sex with plus size women, but then use them as a punchline, use them as a joke, make fun of them. And I am really disgusted by that, because I think that it's 2026. Like, plus size women are up. Like, we are like, up.
Knocking the
you
game
see,
down right
like,
now.
you know, you see big celebrities having plus size women now as partners, loud and proud. If you are still in the good Lord's year of 2026, still trying to hide the fact that you have a fat girlfriend, please go get therapy. Because nobody cares. I promise you, nobody cares. And anyone that has anything negative to say is probably just insecure about their own self. I think that, just like I would say if somebody decided to date someone of the same sex as themselves, like, it is nobody's business but your own. And at the end of the day, a lot of the people that are the most fat phobic are also the ones who love to fuck fat women.
We know a lot of them.
Yeah, and they be sitting on live talking about fat people's bodies, women's bodies, calling us fat, this and that, but then they're literally in our DMs. So make it make sense. Like, either, look, like I said, if you don't like plus size women, cool. My grandma used to say there's a lid for every pot. Like, just because I'm not your cup of tea doesn't mean that I'm not anyone's cup of tea, and keep it respectful. At the end of the day, like, I probably don't find you attractive, actually. So, but I don't go out of my way to insult people. Like, it's just really annoying to me that fat women are the punchline for a lot of jokes, especially when it comes to men. And, like, the whole thing is, like, yeah, you can fuck a fat girl, but do it at her crib where nobody will see you. I want to be taken out. I want to go out somewhere. I want to go to the movies. I want to go to a museum. I want to go to an amusement park. I want to go do things. And it's like, if all you ever want to do is come over to my crib and think you're going to just fuck on me on my crib, no. Like, you need to court me just like you would a girl who's not plus size. Why is it because the fat on my body, does that mean that I'm worth less? No, it doesn't. And it's like, a lot of times I feel like men specifically go after fat women because they feel like we will put up with less.
Yeah.
I mean, we will put up with more, and we will not complain as much, and we will just put up with whatever. But then they meet a bitch like me, and they're like, oh, and I feel like that's a major reason why I'm single, is because I will not put up with anybody's bullshit.
Like, program is fucking strict. Like, you're lucky you didn't get like a higher buy.
And see, that's the thing about it. Like, they were, you know, these people that were mentioning earlier, they want to sit on live. One of them actually was begging me for my number for not days, for weeks, if not months, begging me for my number. I wouldn't give it to them because something
dry humping and all.
Something just told me not to. Something just told me not to, and I don't have to. You are not entitled to my phone number. I'm so sorry, you're not. And you're not that guy, first of all. And just sitting begging me for my phone number, and then when I said no respectfully multiple times, they want to sit on live saying that I'm too picky and that's why I don't have a man. Listen, if that's the worst insult that you've got, that I'm too picky and that's why I don't have a man, fuck it. I guess I am too picky. Because look at how you guys act. Like, this is why I am the way that I am. And it's like, I see a lot of myself in her, where it's like, I used to be so sweet and so bubbly and so nice. And then I'm 34. I'm like 7 or 8 years older than her. I have the life experience of being like, oh, like, I know how men act and I know how they get down. And it's like, it's getting a little better in terms of like the dating apps and things like that. Like, I have experienced more romantic like dates recently as a plus size girl, but even then, like, it is few and far between. They always just want to link up. Let's link up, let's chill somewhere, let's go to the park, let's go here. And it's like, you want to go places where you're not going to be seen.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm fucking stupid and I'm not going to realize that, like, come on.
Yeah.
I know that you only want to go here because you won't be seen by anybody. And like, how do you think that makes me feel? Yet you want access to my body. You want access to have sex with me. Sex, to me, I'm like a very like, sex is very like emotionally charged for me. So I can't just be having sex with random people. Like, that's not how I get down. And it's just like, you want access to my body, but you don't even want to show me off. I don't like that, and yeah, I just think like, if you want to pretend in public like you only like skinny girls, then please just only have sex with skinny girls. You don't need to have sex with fat women if you are going to be talking shit on us and pursuing every single fat girl that you can find on the internet. Like, and again, it goes, and we already did an episode on this, but like, it goes back to the fetishizing of plus size women, of fat women. Like,
that's become a real thing. They literally have a whole app for it, like we talked about.
Yeah.
And it's like, even off the apps, you still get fetishized. Like, like.
And it's not just only the feederism thing too. Yeah. It's not just that, because that's a part of it. But like, just as a whole, I feel like I really can't think of like another segment of women who are more fetishized than plus size women, because it's like, whether you're a certain ethnicity or you're this or you're that, nobody's ashamed to see you in public with them, but it's like, with plus size women, they fetishize our bodies and then they don't even want to be seen with us. And like, imagine how that feels for us, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in a place right now, I'm not going to lie, where I'm feeling a little bit discouraged about dating and men as a whole, because it's just like, it just feels like, damn, like, they really just want to fuck you and that's it. Like, they don't want to make a life with you. They don't want to take you out. They don't want to do this or that. Like, they literally just want you for your body. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with being in tune with your sexual nature. I think that's natural and that's a good thing. But there are times where, like, I wish I had someone to go run groceries, go do groceries, errands and shit with. Like, it's things like that where it's like, and it's like, you can't even find that nowadays. Nowadays, guys just want to go and hook up. And it's like really discouraging. But at the same time, I know that I just have to continue to be patient and continue to stay strong on my boundaries, because it does not make sense for me to lower my boundaries just so I can have a man. Because then I look at the lives of women who have done that, and I am not envious of any of their lives, because it's like, they're in a relationship, but they're single because they're being treated like shit. And I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That, I agree with you. Like, everything that she just said, literally, that's what we deal with. Obviously, like, I am married, but like, when I was dating before, it was literally that. And how you feel now is how I felt back then.
Yeah.
And it was just draining, because it's like, damn, like, okay, I know there's someone out there. Like, I know there's faith that there's someone out there. But it's like, the men that I've had back then, I look at it and I'm just like, do I have to clean that?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I had a friends of benefits, you know, and he was all about plus size women. I love your body, da 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 da. But it was like, no, you love the ass, you love the titties, but you don't like the stomach part. You like the slim, thick women. You know, nothing's wrong with that. Like, everybody has a preference, you know? But, you know, as I learned more with, you know, the social media and stuff nowadays, you know, there are men that, you know, are hiding us. But then I've seen a lot more on my social media of where, like, I, you know, scroll for you page, whatever. And it's like more skinny men are loving the bigger women, you know? And I love that, you know? But then there's bigger guys, you know, shout out to, you know, our hefty men, but like, hefty men be talking shit the most about.
They're the number one ops. They're the number one ops.
Literally.
And it's like, let me not say what I want to say. Okay, I've told her this.
If your dick can't get past, you know, our like, walls, then stop talking.
I told her this. Sorry, I'm like moving this shit because I'm getting hyped up. But I told her this already. Like, I don't know. Like, with me, I've had a hard time with plus size men because it's just like they have this mentality.
They want to be the big booty bitches.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Anyway, but
I get you.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, you know, this year I really just have been pouring into like my female friendships more, and like, I don't know. I just can't believe we are 10 episodes in.
Literally,
and that's like. To some people, it's like whatever, you know, but to us, like, we have it's really, everything. Like, you know, the hours of editing that we take, you know, the filming, she drives here, I drive to her, you know, it's just, like, different things, and, like, the community that we've grown with these episodes, and, like, the vulnerability that we've given and everything, like, we are really growing, like, such a beautiful community on TikTok, and just a quick, like, FYI, you guys, our TikTok page is, something's wrong with it.
I think it's, like, shadow banned.
It's shadow banned.
Or
being reported to where we can't post anything, and it does not get pushed out at all. Like, not even, we can't even post it on our stories. So, we've mostly been posting on Instagram. It's the same exact handle, which is Petty and Plus Size. And I think that's like a better place right now for you to find our content, just because, like I said, on TikTok, it's really not pushing out on the FYP. We submitted a complaint to TikTok, and we're kind of still handling that on the backside.
But thank you guys for the support, you know. Also, we do want to give a shout out to Gerald. He is the editor for like our new logos and our, you know, YouTube channel, our Instagram channel, and our Instagram edits. You know, he's the one that, you know, give a shout out to you because you definitely put in good work with it.
Yeah, so he made the theme song that we're gonna be putting in the beginning of the episode and at the end. He made that for us, and then he made us some like we said, some profile pictures and some other content. So shout out to you. Shout out to men who are respectful.
Yeah.
And
shout out to the men that have been supporting us.
Yes.
Especially on our live watch parties.
Yes, like Dylan. Dylan is a true supporter. He's goofy, but he's like such a sweetheart and like a real supporter of women, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like one last thing I do want to say about this topic. Okay, if you're a man watching this, I think you need to take a hard look at how your response is when you see other men disrespecting women. Just because it's not you directly disrespecting women doesn't mean that it's not harmful towards the women that love and care about you.
Yeah.
As a woman, I will tell you that I do not feel safe with men who stand by and don't correct other men who are disrespecting women. And both V and I have experienced that as well, where
we literally have to stand up for ourselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, one thing I'm going to say is, if you are our friends, I don't want our business or, you know, say, oh, I support you, you know, tune me in, put me on the panel, and not back us up when something is wrong, you know, especially when it's another man. You know, both female or male, like, as our friends, because we do have big hearts. You know, we are petty and plus size. We do talk our shit. But one thing you're not going to knock us of is us having an actual heart and soul and be this negative vibe. That is something that we do not claim. And anybody that is part of that, we do not like that whatsoever. We don't like the mean girl shit.
Yeah.
You know, if you are our friends personally and we know you in real life and you haven't stood up for us, you know, obviously we're not going to say anything to you, because you should know as a grown adult to be like, hey, that's very wrong. It's not right or wrong or choosing sides. It's choosing what the fuck, you know.
Respect versus disrespect.
You know, and if you as a man, you know, like Sasa said, if you as a man, like, are letting men disrespect other women, knowing that they're talking about these friends that you claim are your besties,
bestie.
If you claim that like we're your bestie and this and that, I'm sorry, but your mom did not raise you right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I think also just as a whole, like, I don't know, I'm the type of friend where it's like I will defriend my friends even if they're not in the room, and I have not just with V, but like people that are not on TikTok and not on any social media. If you're my friend and you're telling me that this is something that's happened, I am also going to be moving differently, because that's how I am as a person. And I think a lot of people use the word best friend very loosely. I think a lot of people use the word friend very loosely. I'm going to, honestly, I've started saying acquaintance. Like, that's my acquaintance. That's somebody that I know. Because not all of these people online are your friends. And especially when it comes to men, I am just very wary of letting men into my inner circle like that. Like, there's been times where men have approached Victoria and like, we're friends, obviously. And they've been like, oh, like, let's do a group call. Let's do this and that. And I've told her, like, do not give my number out. Because I just am very cautious about men having access to me. And for this reason, because there's always alternative. It seems to be always ulterior motives, you know. And it's disappointing that all of this has gone down, but at the same time, you know, people reveal themselves to you. And it is what it is. I just think men need to mind their business and stop focusing on women.
One lastly thing I would like to say is that if you are my friend, I don't want my business being put out there to other people.
Right.
Like, if you do that, you're messy and you're a fucking hater just like the rest of them.
Right.
You know? But, I mean, we're still going to keep doing us, like we said. You know, fuck the haters, because we have to say fuck the haters, you know? But, yeah, I mean, we've came a long way. 10 episodes in. Also, exciting news. Salsa is close to 10K on TikTok.
I'm just a few hundred away. By the time this airs tomorrow, who knows?
Yes, no, definitely. So if you guys are not following any of us on social media, do that.
Oh, yeah, here's our handle.
It to both of us. Also, we're going to be getting new family in 2 weeks.
Next weekend.
Sasa's gonna be a cat mom. I'm gonna keep it very low, but yeah, she, you know, we're welcoming. She's welcoming new babies, and
her
I'm
own
gonna be
Theodore. Oh yeah.
Shout out to Lola.
Yeah,
that's another one that we want to shout out is Lola. She's a fucking real one.
Yeah, I love her. But yeah, that's exciting. You guys will be seeing them next weekend.
Yes, definitely. Also, announcements. We will be hosting a dating show very, very soon.
Yes, we're
on
looking at
Sauce's
dates.
Live.
Yes.
And who knows, we might do a bachelorette type of vibe.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yes, but and then also we do need taglines. Like the ending of the fucking thing, because
we've been thinking about this for like
we've gotten some ideas, but we're just like, we want to hear from you guys. You know,
we were thinking like, stay pretty, stay petty, or some shit like that, you know. So if you guys have any ideas, please let us know.
Yes, but
we need to do your petty clip of the week.
Yes. I still have to choose one, but
You gotta be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
All right, well, Kat said it all. That's really all we have to say about that.
yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Keep on hating, because we're going to keep doing what we want to do. We're going to keep being authentic. We're going to keep doing what the fuck we do.
Hey, you're keeping the engagement going. That's
Right,
all.
at the
you're
end
not
of the
stopping
day.
no fucking motion.
At all.
Literally.
All right, guys. Well, that's our 10th episode
Yay!
of Petty and Plus Size. Thanks for joining us again. See you
Thank you,
later.
guys.
Bye. Mwah.